As we're making our way back, can I do a perception check to see if we're followed at all?
Yeah, give me a perception roll.
I still don't like that we let her go.
Which way exactly are you going?
17.
Back to the guild house? Or is there anything else?
So it
What time
sounds
of
like
day?
Well,
It was really late.
it's dark. It's hard to tell. You're still very much in the shadows of buildings and the districts above. Here even more so. This place is one of those places that probably never sees any sunlight. Not only are you close to the center, chain lifts, the main support, but also you are at the edge of a slum that is overshadowed by large structures that reach all the way to the ceiling or the base of the upper district. Forges stretch across this area in multiple levels and tiers. There are even some streets that are above here.
Ooh.
So,
I think we're heading back to the guild.
Yeah.
okay.
But,
In that case, someone please give me a 1d20.
Whoa!
I have to grab something real quick. I'll be right back.
I was gonna
I
say
believe in Freya.
that we're gonna take like a 10-minute pee break after this anyway.
Okay.
I need to grab some fresh tea as well. My throat needs water. 17. Okay.
Berries attack us.
And then we take a pee break. I'll be right back.
Maybe we're gonna meet the goblins again, breaking into another
Oh
home.
no!
Maybe it's again someone we can bargain with to maximize our earnings.
We'll just bargain with everyone so we have like enemies everywhere.
And with enemies you mean friends in every place.
The enemy of my enemy is the enemy of me.
Mm-hmm.
I have no friends. Hakuna Matata.
So what did potential Looncaster call herself again? Vana? Vala?
think either Vanna or Vala.
Vala? Vana? Something like that.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
What? Tom Brady? Okay, I know this is early. Does anyone want to see my next character?
Sure.
I just really like that I learned how to use Hero Forge. This is pretty cool.
Ooh. Oh yeah, they have a coloring option now.
Yeah. I put it in art.
Ooh. Is that a dragonborn?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
And I'm back.
That is pretty cool.
Hello, back.
I.
Cool
Yeah, it's-
paladin.
It's
You better not step on my toes by playing a paladin.
No, I'm not a paladin.
Or a
That's
warlock.
Nah, it's a cleric.
Yep. Paladin and warlock both both just
No, those are my classes.
I mean, even then, you know, there's like tons of different flavors. For,
Don't
like,
even
paladin.
think about dipping into warlock. Any of you.
How dare.
I'll take a dip into Lockwar.
Any
Totally
deals
different.
with eldritch horrors and gods will be
Well, I'll just make a deal with
Refuse.
Santa then.
Oh, yes.
The greatest eldritch horror of all.
Santa.
It's true.
I mean, have you seen all those tentacles?
he does
Oh,
commit
no.
a lot of robberies every year. Or not home invasion, not robbery.
What a
That's
menace.
that's just what he does on the holidays. Think about what he does the rest of the year.
It's just what we know about.
Yeah.
He's so public
Strand
about
of
home
weird hair
invasion.
is a tentacle. You're just slim.
And he has this like huge bag of holding with all the presents.
Yeah,
What else is he hiding in there?
Oh,
kids.
no.
The naughty children.
If you catch a glimpse of him, you become an elf in his workshop.
No.
Like the literally, yeah. So, la 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 la.
You've seen me. The pact is
Mm.
sealed.
Like these belong in memes.
Why doesn't it show the picture I posted? Can you see what
Yeah,
I
it's
posted?
not- I can post them if I open them in a browser.
Okay, I don't know why it doesn't work in the Discord.
I see it. Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
like that
I love it.
Jesus Christ.
Hi.
We all know that Santa's an eldritch being.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
My god, this looks like a new anime.
Santa the anime.
Yeah,
Come with me. And
come
I'll
with
show
me and
you.
I'll show you a world full of wonders
Take my hand.
and friendship.
Taku
Oh,
Hero
shit.
Gun.
I just realized, hold on. Is Jess here?
Yes, I'm back.
I need to add a movie.
Oh, what movie?
Anthem.
The Hogfather. I need to watch that so bad.
Something.
You should watch
It's the Terry
Birdemic.
Pratchett,
Here, it's real good.
Right.
The Hogfather.
No, Birdemic.
Oh, hog.
Yes,
Hog.
the Hogfather. It's basically Discworld Santa.
Hmm.
No, it's like it's actually Discworld Santa, not
Discworld. Oh, I think it's
Discworld.
Discs.
Yeah, the Hogfather. You don't know Discworld?
Oh, no, I don't.
It's probably one of the greatest fantasy universes.
No, you're great.
So it's the one where the wooden chest with all the feet is from.
Yes. And what's its name? Rincewind.
Yeah.
Rincewind. I know that.
Yeah. There's a bunch of series in that. The Postman, The Night Guard. There's a bunch of good, really good series. Anyway, is everyone back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, chef.
could have hired our new contact as a like
We should
As a
have,
support.
I was
support
trying.
cook.
Listen,
we should have hired her as our spy.
I did my best roll. It was a 12.
As you make your way back towards Quartermains, you keep looking behind you. You're at some point very sure then you're not being followed. As you cross through the streets, at some point you walk past someone who's smaller and cowled. And as you pass, he spits on the ground. And as
Insight
you
check.
keep walking, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing more happens. But a few moments later, sort of as you make your way towards the central chain lift, a sort of almost rancid smell suddenly wafts across the side of the street. With your eyes sort of turned towards your backs, you notice this probably at the latest. There's a tall stall at the edge of the road, amongst the bustle of people. A group of what looks like hunters are selling their trophies there. Soft light from creaky lanterns above illuminate their wares. There's meat, skins, leather, claws, heads. Among the sold goods are some strange and probably exotic magical beasts as well. One skull in particular stands out. It's a two-headed, twisted deer skull. It looks as though it's been sawed apart, the two outer halves of this double skull, immaculate, just like the skull of a deer you've normally seen. The inner halves looks like someone tried to mold an approximation of the outer halves with clay that was too soft. Curiously enough, though, those inner parts still look like bone.
Hmm.
And they're just selling that
Yeah,
stuff?
they just seem to be selling these monster parts.
Are there any people interested in, like, buying that?
There seem to be a few deals happening every now and then. Most people seem to simply walk by and stare. And those that look and are sometimes engaged in conversation.
Is there
As
like
you look,
okay?
a particularly large Goliath meets your eyes and suddenly grins.
At who? Just us?
At you. Ah, you look at skull of elusive creature. The two-headed monster beast, yes? A stalking, twisted, angry creature, howls so terribly makes your blood freeze. Stalks the night and destroys all in its path, murdering all creature.
Well, not all, because someone obviously has killed it.
Yes, we did. Some
So
say
it's not killing all
omen
creatures.
from Tensor. The truth is, they're always there in the night. You just have to find and survive. Not many do.
Where do you find those?
Outside. There is forest to the north. There is cold further north. You go all over the place to hunt. It's very dangerous. Not easy to find these. Makes great mental peace. You want to buy?
Does this look like someone just pieced it together and glued it together to make it look like an awesome double-headed thing?
Do you want to investigate it more closely?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll step closer as well. Like, kind of take a look.
Give
Just
me
being
a
interested.
medicine check.
Medicine. Beautiful 10.
You step closer, and as you do, he goes sort of behind the stall, and he lifts up the one of the double-headed skull, and sort of twists it a little bit in his hands to give you a better angle of it.
Yes, see? It's all bone. Twisted and dark creature.
And from what you can tell, just from being this close, the part that looks like almost amateurishly sculpted is in fact bone.
Interesting. How much do you sell those for?
This one, really hard to get. Two-headed creature, not common. And even rarer to survive encounter. I would say 300 is good price.
Are they good for anything else but hanging onto the wall?
Well, perhaps if you're alchemist, they sometimes buy rare bone. Not so magic inclined. I do not know.
Any other cool creatures hanging around?
We have a drake, we have a worm. There is also plate of a purple worm, very hard. Can make armor, but we have not enough for armor.
Beggar, would I be able to figure out what that bone could be used for?
You could probably try and identify it. For a deeper analysis, however, you'd probably need to actually, scrape off a part of it and chemically analyze it.
I don't want it that much.
Yeah, I don't think.
So what's on the cheaper side of your products?
We have plenty bone scrimshaw if you interested. Shaman made. Give good luck. The bigger the creature, better the luck. But if you're interested, there is also meat. Some people say monster meat make you stronger if you eat. It's all edible, of course. We eat ourselves.
I look at Red. Meat, you say?
I look at Catherine.
I say can't confirm that meat makes you stronger, but we've been eating monster meat and we've survived all monster. Maybe it's proof of itself.
The mention of meat, Catherine is just staring at them.
You were looking kind of hungry back there. Would you like some?
I would. And also, speaking of which, I apologize.
Apologize for what?
It's
When I-
alright, it's alright. I mean, unless you want to talk about it, I understand, I think. Maybe.
I mean, if pretty simple. When I'm shifted and I'm bloody, I get kind of blinded, in a sense.
It's probably a half on me as well. I was standing pretty close.
Yes, I know well. It's blood rush in combat. I have to sometimes. Is when you fight big monster, adrenaline pumps so fast. You strike at everything move.
Pretty neat to have.
Is there a meat that's good for that?
Well, there is meat from great creature. All great creature control their wrath. Maybe it help?
Sure. How much is that?
We have old bear meat. It's tough, but cooked long become really soft. Very, very wild taste. It's around 20 gold a pound. It's not so much more expensive than other meat in the city, but they not as good.
Alright, I'll take
It's all
2
just
pounds.
pig and cow.
Okay. I'll take 2 pounds of it.
Yeah, you receive a sort of a large, almost parchment bundle that contains 2 large pieces of meat.
It's 40 gold, right?
Yes.
And what did they have again that was for luck?
Yeah, Kara's gonna ask how much for one of those good luck charms.
There one really lucky creature out there, hard to catch, is unicorn. We have horn too, but horn very expensive.
Oh,
You kill unicorns?
A unicorn, a wild and dangerous beast, yes. Very magical, gore you without any moment's hesitation. Powerful killer.
do I have
The
any
swordsman of monsters.
do I have any particular opinions about unicorns from like my gods?
Not particularly. You know that they are creatures of the Fae,
Right.
and as such, they are mischievous. They're not inherently evil. They're not inherently wild. They have probably relatively, as far as animals go, high level of intelligence, but you also do know that they are notoriously dangerous, and if not approached with care, similar to wild boar, will definitely not hesitate to try and kill you.
Do you have dice made out of bones?
We have few dice. Not finest work, maybe, you know, not use in big money game. Or perhaps if it's lucky cut, maybe you do use a nice game.
How much for those?
Well, you want a unicorn bone, or a manticore, or maybe just all bear. Is if you interested is 15, 10, 5 gold. Is pair of 3.
I'm good. I have dice, I guess.
Okay.
But thank
What
you.
else? Do you just have like a charm made out of unicorn bones?
You see arranged on the table, there's multiple things. There's amulets, some just look like, you know, simple charms you'd hold in your hand.
I'll take an amulet.
Okay, he hands you over the amulet.
15 for that one.
15, yes.
I'll pay 15 gold.
Now you have the unicorn chorus.
What curse?
You know, the unicorn curse.
Yeah, you grow a horn on your forehead now.
Unicurse.
God.
Your eyebrows strangely grow together.
Unibrow.
Oh my god.
Just get a you, bro.
Goodness.
I look back towards the cellar. If I get a curse from this, you'll regret it.
No curse from bone. No, no, no.
Anyone else wants to buy something?
Can't say
Right.
I'm much of a sportsman.
Did we buy meat?
Yes. Well, Catherine bought £2.
Right.
Yeah, I'd like to buy something, but I feel like the things I want are out of my price range right now.
What are you looking at, Soleil?
Nothing I would like pay money for right now. But I'd like to. I mean, feel like this two-headed beast would make a pretty good wall decoration.
Yeah, but I don't think we can justify spending 300
Yeah,
gold.
that's
on
what
it
I
right
meant by
now.
that. I would like to see it hanging around in Quartermains, but right now, I don't feel like our funds should go there.
Well,
We can always come back.
Yes. You here often?
No, not so often. We come by occasionally. But we travel a lot. So sometime we in other city. Take long trips. Sometime month or two. One time we take a year. And not much to show for, but it was bad year.
You ever been to Entok Arc before?
Entok is south, I think so, yes. Not a lot of game in south though. Big area of light. We went once, few years ago. Not much to look at. Not as a big city as Polythreme.
Cool, cool. Well then, anyone else?
Sounds like we better get back for dinner then.
Or Catherine needs anyone else.
I mean, it was more of a little slow, but
Yes, good business. You will come back when we back, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, before you work for like a big organization or something?
We
A
a
hunting
group
guild,
of 9 hunters now. Not so big, no.
900. That's so good.
I see.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I
If
don't
you
even
have
wanna
someone want to become a hunter, maybe you send our way.
We'll keep it in mind.
know. Sure. We'll let you know.
How long will you be in town for?
Well, until things are sold, or maybe a week at most. If no one buy, but the people buy. So maybe 2-3 more day.
Maybe Reginald wants to become a hunter.
You can't find carrots in forest.
Hmm.
Well, we should be on our way, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
Before Reginald eats all the curse.
You continue on your way back up towards the medial district, and the rest of the way isn't very long among the very fairly lit streets towards Quartermains. And as you arrive, you can hear working from the kitchen. One of the upper doors leading towards the common room is open, and you hear faint talking.
Talking.
This is suspicious. Let's immediately attack.
Let's surround the house and set it on fire. Maybe it's dorks.
Maybe. Suppose we should go check. Reginald always has someone interesting in.
Yeah, maybe he's discussing dinner with Aleph.
Could be.
That I haven't met yet at all.
As you step inside the common room, you can hear Reginald mumbling. You hear something along the lines.
Yes, and that's why the Archon left the city, but none of my colleagues went with. It's been a bit of a jumble. Just I remained here mostly for.
It sounds so dry and boring, and the person sitting opposite to Reginald looks so bored out of her mind that as you step in, her head immediately swivels into your direction.
You've come back. I see all five of you are here.
All five.
Yes, as I was saying, returned from currently on assignment. It's a pretty big thing. A favor to an old friend, but somewhat of import. Not powerful people. You have a seat in the council.
So,
Who's this?
who's this, Reginald?
Doctor.
A doctor of what?
Can probably help with your assignment. Maybe look at the body and some such.
She
You've
is
gone to
likely a-
investigate the body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What?
Doctor who?
You just hear snoring from the chair.
No, I don't. Not who. I don't remember. Doctor, maybe introduce. Maybe I hired her. I think today. Yes. To help. Very, very adamant she was. Takes initiative,
Must have worn her out, all that initiative.
Ah, yes. She's been here for a couple hours now.
Have you offered her dinner?
Dinner? Oh, yeah. The cook's back. I think he's making dinner. I haven't checked up on him.
Which
in a while.
cook? The old one or Aleph?
He stares at you in confusion. The cook.
Right. Excuse me, Doctor, ma'am.
What? Oh. Wait. Right. Have they finally arrived?
Yes, we are the they.
Sorry, let me catch myself.
Yeah, but as I was saying, so when the Archon left the city, they took the entire
I
academy
think that
with-
is dinner time, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I can
We're
smell it
starving
already.
after a day out.
Yes, of course. Here, move this too. It's better to listen to a good story with food in your belly.
Right, what a shame. We can take a rain check on the conversation for now.
Of course. Just
Yeah,
yeah. The cook's back. Did you go and see him?
There's a lot to talk about today. We found some stuff, so
I'll go check
That's
on
good.
the
That's good.
cook.
Progress in the. Yes, investigating something quite precarious,
Outta here.
important, favor two old friends, but you know, important ones. They have a seat of a council.
So yeah,
Do they
Soleil,
really?
Soleil walks past the doctor and looks at her and shrugs, and his mouth forms the word sorry and just passes.
Just the faintest twitch in her left eye.
I'll just walk by and take a seat in the.
Awesome.
So doctor, what's your name?
Right, how rude of me. I am Samantha Valor. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, everyone.
Samantha Valor?
That's right, I will be operating as a in-house medic, field medic, or whatever services you need of me. Right.
So are you also versed in the, well, in the magical department when it comes to death and wounds and stuff?
Oh no, I don't bother with all that malarkey, and mine's more mundane and hands-on, shall we say.
Okay. I mean, you can give it a shot, but I feel like in this case, there might be quite a lot of magical means involved in this death.
Right, yes, and
Yes, maybe you tell her about your assignment. Quite an important one, I say.
Why even bother healing without magic?
it's better
think
to
what Kara
understand what
means-
causes it.
Well,
Then-
you see, with the Archon leaving the city, and there's also the taking the academy with him. It's actually not that easy to
Yes,
find
yes,
a
yes,
deal.
they have a seat on the council, it's okay,
I
Reginald.
have actually had a lot of requests for my presence in the city, but that usually don't seem to be all that profitable. I'm not a mage for hire, and probably the only wizard left in the city at this point.
Reginald, that food in front of you looks delicious. You should dig in.
It's not actually out yet.
Starts eating the table.
Get a carrot.
Just a
So-
crudely drawn carrot.
Dr. Valor, how did it come that you joined this merry band of...
Well, if I'm being honest, the money is nice, and being out of the lower district is preferable. My clientele down below, shall we say, aren't always on the up and up. But
You don't
money will
say.
be better here.
Yes, the lower district, a terrible place. You've been to the archaeology yet? Quite pretty. Look at all the plants, without threat of wild animals pouncing on you any second.
So, Doctor,
A lot of good herbs in the
Oh.
archaeology.
yeah, I'll just try to
Well,
ignore him.
Doing practice in alchemical components. I went there quite a lot. As a younger, more strapping lad. I think I did at least.
So, Doctor, we've been through quite a bit of fighting too, so have you ever been, are you versed in some kind of fighting in any way?
I can hold myself well enough, but I mix some of my knowledge of the, some pressure points, some poisons, or some medicine into my attacks. It's a nice flurry, or mix of things.
Sure that anyone from the lower district can handle themselves.
Sorry?
I'm saying if you were in the lower district for any amount of time, I'm sure that you can handle yourself.
Well, you're certainly right there.
Soleil doesn't look 100% convinced yet. Because he feels like finger neck pinches against mine crawlers and stuff might not be the most effective way of fighting, but he's not saying that out loud. And starts eating. Is there even food? Is the food looking good?
Aelith, I think they're ready for dinner if you have that done. In the other room.
He looks somewhat stressed.
Is there a problem?
No, just, Reginald just doesn't know what he wants for... Yes,
Right.
well, dinner's
I
almost
would
ready.
make a suggestion of, in the future, if you're in here, go ahead and deadbolt the kitchen door so that he doesn't wander in. Maybe put a plate of carrots on the outside, and that will probably spare you some time.
Is he not supposed to come in? I thought he's the owner of all of
Well,
this.
he is. If you're in here, you will just never get anything done. I tend to do it over in the workshop a lot. It makes it a lot quieter.
If that's... Or I guess he doesn't really... Carrots,
As long
you
as
say.
He's not going to put it a fuss. Just put like a box or something outside in the hole and he'll take care of it.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, it's a simple dinner tonight. It's just a bone stew with vegetables in it.
Right. Catherine, I think, dropped off some this meat as well. If you felt like doing anything with it for her, I think it's a bit chompy. It seems.
Okay, meat.
I mean,
Oh,
probably
what-
don't have to cook
what-
it very much.
Ooh, what kind of meat is it?
I
Just
heard
smells
it was
venison.
owlbear.
Bear.
Owlbear.
Bear.
Owlbear.
How do I prepare that?
I'm pretty sure that she'd be fine if you just threw it on the stove for a moment and then passed it off to her.
So, like steak, or do you just want it in the stew?
Maybe.
We can earn money with that.
I know technically they said that the best way to do it was to cook it slow and over time, and that would make it easier to eat, but I'm more concerned that if Catherine doesn't eat something, she's just going to find someone else to eat. So, the fastest way you can to cook it will be fine.
Yeah, I suppose I can tenderize it, but I mean, are you eating now?
Well, Catherine can eat the meat whenever it's ready. If you want to bring food out for everyone else, I'm not going to sit with them. I'll lose my mind. I was just going to take a bowl of whatever you got and take over to the workshop.
Oh, of course, yeah, of course. I mean, pot's over there. It's boiling right now. You might wanna. There's some leather gloves over there, but if you carry over the whole pot, you can also just get the bowl's
I'm
over.
just going to get a bowl and pour myself some. That's all right. I don't need the whole pot.
You see, Ada, get out a cutting board and then get a large spiked hammer, and he just starts pounding at this meat
Can we
very
hear this from
loudly.
the other room? Probably.
Oh yeah.
He's trying.
If you've ever had someone pound meat in a house, you'll hear that through the entire
For sure.
house.
I suddenly
Jesus.
get the tingling feeling that I'm not doing my job.
I'm gonna take
I'll be right
this bowl and head out as quickly as possible. Excuse me?
Aelith, do you need me just to plate some things up? It seems like they dropped off that meat in here.
Said you talked to Elif?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see him pounding, and then this pounding suddenly stops. I'm sorry, what?
I'll plate the stuff up. You can just throw that
I
on the
stopped pounding.
stove.
You can talk normally.
Oh, sorry. Right.
I love him so much.
Oh, so good day, huh? I'll just start like plating the stuff up to take it out.
He nods, and for a moment he waits until if you were gonna ask him something else, and then just the pounding starts again.
Never mind.
He stops. What?
Just throw it on the stove like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
on each side.
I was told. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
He starts pounding
Everyone's
again.
telling you good job.
I am plating and trying to be helpful to take things out.
I didn't ask him to serve me, I just took my bowl.
I think you implied that there was some serving expectations
For everyone else,
Yeah, it's fine.
it's just not my problem.
I'll come back with
After a
a
minute or
suit.
so, the pounding stops, and a couple more minutes later, as everyone is already served and eating, with Catherine growing a little bit hungrier. For some reason, you didn't get a bowl of stew.
Hmm.
Should be like only a minute.
Alright. I don't mind. I don't need to eat everything as a steak. I do like stews.
Oh. Sorry.
I don't mind
Yes,
waiting.
for
No,
both
no,
stews.
don't say no more.
Very
You don't
good.
need to get angry.
But also, did you know that
Oh no.
stew originally you'd not only make with bone, but you'd also boil the skin in it after it's been, stripped off its pelt and such. It's really quite right.
Hey, beggar. Hey, beggar.
Yes.
Look at this one.
Oh my god! Ah,
Dog!
I can't.
Oh my god.
He's going for the ginger snaps.
Oh, he's so cute.
God, I want a dog so bad.
Just get a cat. They're way better.
No. Look at that thing. Look at him. There's Law. He's abducting the puppy.
He is abducting the puppy.
No, Law. Yeah, no. Tell him he gets inspiration if he brings his back. Okay. So, after a couple more minutes, you hear the kitchen door open again, and Elith opens the door. He looks around. It doesn't take him very long to, find the person that doesn't have a plate. A
I
bowl,
did bring
more
her
precisely.
stew,
Oh,
so she
okay.
didn't get angry at me.
He sort of holds this plate with the steak, very confused. So, who wanted the?
I suppose I did.
Oh,
Thank you.
he very, not very. He's not a professional server, so he just sort of puts it on the table a little bit too close to the edge, and just backs off and leaves again.
I'll start eating.
That's all for you?
The steak's been tenderized, but it tastes like a very tough steak that's been tenderized. So it's not that great.
But it's edible.
Meat's meat.
It is edible.
Yeah, so introductions in our mission. This is Catherine. She's a werewolf.
Right, that would explain the large I meant to meet, I suppose. A pleasure to meet you.
You as well.
Yes, Order of the Lycan. That's
Right.
the important, seat in the council. Old friend favor that's wrong. I've had a brush with a werewolf before I met the Order of the Lycan. It was...
And you, my tiefling friend?
I'm Rhett at your service.
Uh,
I can also do a little magical healing, but mainly I compose bad songs about people that they don't nearly appreciate enough.
well, you must let me hear one of these days.
Yeah, your songs are great.
Oh, thank you.
You are? As she looks towards the woman who just spoke up.
Kara. With nods. Like, gives you a nod.
Right, a woman of few words, after my own heart. And I guess that leaves you, as I've spent all day with... you, my tabaxi friend.
I'm Soleil.
The knife.
What?
Did you actually say that?
Soleil the
Yeah.
knife. Yeah, from last
Do you
session.
want to give me an intimidation roll?
Yeah, sure.
My laughing was in
By the way,
character.
if you want to
Oh, yeah, the
intimidate,
laughing was incredible.
you can either give me your charisma roll, or you can give me your intimidation rolls as your strength rolls.
There's a 23.
Whoa.
But there's
Yeah,
obvious
as you
laughing.
say that, you sort of bare your teeth and have that weird glint in your eye.
I'm there to cause the wounds that you're needed for healing.
To
Right,
drink all the milk.
well, always useful to have someone like that around.
Hey, that actually worked. I have an idea where we can go with this. You should give me a couple days delay. That whole knife thing was just something we were trying on people. It
If
worked
I,
well on
if
the
I
goblins.
end up
I
in some
wanted to
backstreet
see-
fighting, I'm gonna kill you.
Me?
Yes. Because you said something about you had plans where we could go with this, and if I end up in some backstreet, like one-on-one arena fighting, I'm gonna kill you.
No, I meant
Sounds
like
like
a
a
really intimidating song for your intro.
For my intro for arena fighting in backstreet one-on-ones.
Will you
You
still
could
kill
make
me
a
if
lot
you
of
make a lot of money? Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Kara. What if we make a lot of money? Will you
Okay.
still...
Or impress some lady.
Exactly. Thank you.
So long as the knife gets his cut of the payment.
Oh, I like you already.
Soleil smiles a bit. Okay, that was pretty good.
Uh, so, the mission.
Right.
I've only been waiting all day to hear about it.
My friend and mentor was killed, and we are trying to find out who. There are 3 leads. Is a woman named Unicurse, who is also in my order. Haikben's Herald, and Vidar, who is a vampire who is not here right. And that's the too long didn't read of it.
Yeah, and I guess we fill in Sam. I don't know if we call her Sam, but let's just call her Sam.
Yes,
And
Sam
we
Vidar
fill in Sam with the
scoundrel.
details,
You
I
know,
guess.
back in the day, he's been also quite a magical savant, that one, but usually builds up his weird collection of scrolls and...
Reginald, did you hear that? I think Ablin called for you in the workshop.
What would she want in the workshop?
I don't know. She said something like, Reginald.
She probably wants to know something about that college you worked at.
About the Archon. Yeah.
Oh, did she ask about that? Well, I mean, she could have just sit down for dinner and have a...
Yeah, you know her. She's not that kind of
Now look.
group person.
Nah, we don't need to. She has very important work.
Of course. Just take my
Then,
Reg.
Oh,
I'll
Reg,
be right back. I'll tell you more about Vidar, that scoundrel. He's
I'm
actually
gonna hear about this
also
later.
quite magically inclined.
Oh, sorry, Ablin.
I'm not in the workshop.
Yeah, that's even better. But no, okay. Dr. Whaler, now's the time, and we try to like summarize everything that happened, like real
As
quick,
quickly as
and
possible.
the most details we can just manage to put into this time. And yeah, he's always like that.
Just let me enjoy the silence for a moment longer.
Yeah.
It's been going on all day. Yeah, thank you for the catch up.
Okay, yeah, we're telling her everything, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we are back so late today.
Alright, well, it's slightly more understandable, and I still wish I didn't have to wait and listen to his fascinating tales all day, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you hear about Quartermains or Reginald, or how did you meet? What made you go like, I'm gonna go to Quartermains?
Well, healing a few patients or two and down in the lower districts, word got around of a guild such as this doing odd jobs and for gold, and it was the first I heard of, so may as well take the first opportunity. I went to Quartermains pretty much as soon as I found out a better opportunity.
Well, odd jobs is probably the best description I've ever heard about the things we've done so far.
Speaking of which, do you all think we need to like get out of the city for a couple days, or?
We could do that brewer's job.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Which job?
You know that tavern that had to close because the
Yeah, but that
brewers-
was in the city, right? That's why. I
but
was
the
wondering.
brewers are out of the city and their brewery is like
It said it was up the mountain almost a little bit.
Okay, I didn't remember that it was outside the city. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that sounds actually like a pretty good idea.
Maybe lay low and kind of avoid the lower district for a little bit.
Might
And
be a good idea.
speaking of which, Kara brought this up to me kind of in private about leaving the individual as a loose end. I don't know your opinion, Catherine or Soleil, on that type of thing.
I think I don't know.
Might be better if we don't leave witnesses when we fight one of the major factions that control the city.
Well, then we've started this from the wrong angle anyway. We've left so many witnesses asking about the field office
Yeah, that's
that
true.
we would have to kill a lot of people actually. So I don't think this one person more really matters. I feel like it's just a matter of time until the coalition finds out it was us in the end.
To me, if that person actually does provide them with any kind of answers that are, directed away from us, that's better than just questions about who did it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I see your point either way. I just wanted to check before we run into something like that again, if anyone did have strong feelings.
Yeah, I feel like in this case, just killing the person I don't feel like would have any impact at all.
That's fair.
How about you, Doctor? What do you think? You might have a better perspective on the lower district.
In regards to leaving a person alive, it would go against the oaths I swear to finish off a person like
Well,
that.
I'm not quite sure where Evelyn went. One doesn't appear to be in the workshop.
Oh, thank goodness.
Perhaps it's just solved her own issue and is probably walking away. She knows all of the mission. It seems odd that she's skipping dinner. It's a good stew.
Yes. The cook, Alith, did seem to do a pretty good job.
Yes, that's the cook. The one that's the one he's hired, I believe. But
Right.
more about the order of the night. You've worked with us in the past, of course. Our operators were other people back then, but there's been a lot of back and forth. They've helped them with their business at the research facility they've had before they lost it, of course. But there's also that big fellow, Rhonda, I believe was his name. He's quite an interesting fellow. No, he lost an arm fighting in the first few years of the Blight. Well, I never got that healed. They never let me take a look at it either. But him and his brother, they lead the Order of the Light. They're the ones with the seat in the council. They're quite influential, you know. So it's of course an honor that they asked us, even as old friends, to take care of business.
How very nice. I believe we do have more work to do on the job, if we may adjourn.
Was it Teron that asked Rond?
It was Taran who approached me, I believe. It was in a letter, so didn't hear his voice per se. But it was them officially. There's also a matter of how goes the investigation?
Could be going better.
I suppose it wasn't an easy thing. I've handled it yourself. It's probably a reason you came to Quartermains. There's a lot of mysteries has been solved at Quartermains. There was one murder we investigated back in the day. I believe it was on an armored train. The conductor was brutally murdered. It was before the Archon had left the city on
So we
that
may have
academy.
pissed off the Colas Guild. So that's a thing. You have good security here, right?
Pissed off the Colas. How? Why would you?
I mean, since we're telling stories.
The Colas Coalition seems an organization. Did you steal from them? You should probably just give something back if that's the case.
No, Reginald, you might want to hire a bodyguard for yourself. They might be after you as a leader.
You know, back in the day, I would have laughed if you were to see me then. Would have laughed. Yeah, I've still got a lot of strength and magical potential. Quite. You don't look at these old bones and think I'm not frail old man. I could be taken that easily. I'm quite secure and safe here at Guatemala. Thank you very much.
That's what I wanted to hear. Don't worry. I think we're planning to head out of the city for a couple days and let it die down.
Oh, outside of the city.
Yeah.
What kind of established leads outside the city, perhaps?
I think it's an angle to get at Haribald. Actually, seems he likes his particular brews.
Oh, that's smart. Always helps to get a new perspective. You know, back in the day when
look at the time.
Yeah, look at the time. I think we should go to bed.
There used to be this practice where you'd close one of your eyes to look at an
we
object,
just
and then
leave
you open
one by
the
one.
other, close the other eye. It's just a measure to get a new perspective on. Oh, yeah. Well, can talk more tomorrow. It is late. We shall retire to our quarters.
We did have a long day.
Reginald,
Yes.
you said that you're still quite magically proud.
Oh, of course. I am a wizard. You know. I graduated first of my class in the academy, you know. That was, of course, before the Archon took the academy and all of it.
Can you teleport to
assets
different
and-
planes?
Why? That is quite a preposterous accusation. That would require at least a couple of highly trained wizards, the right location, the right circumstances. I've never personally attempted. I'm sure the Archon would probably be capable, but as you know, the Archon left the city with the entire academy,
Do
and
you
most of the
know
wizards
any
in
way
there.
that I could get this finder to work? Or to use it to view other planes?
Well, to view another plane requires quite a large mechanism. There's a few lenses involved, some from quite rare material. You know, there is an observatory, one at the academy, but of course the Archon took that academy. There's another one somewhere in the mountains. It's just called the observatory, I believe. Quite a work of art, I'd say so myself. Difficult to get access to. Needs some strings to be pulled, but certainly capable of viewing other planes.
Are you able to pull such strings?
Well, I could certainly try, but it would work better if we had someone with a seat on the council, or perhaps ties directly to the academy. You see, that probably the only place that still has ties to the academy on the ground level here in the city would probably be the observatory. The mages there obviously stay there when the academy left for the skies with the Archon.
and left the room.
I feel like
Oh.
Beggar could
Yes.
monologue like this for hours.
I want to ask Catherine why do you
Oh.
ask? Like I follow you outside. Why do you ask about seeing other planes?
Well, because previously when I had Renegil identify this finder, he said that it was working. But he said that the soul that it's attuned to is maybe not on this plane, which is why it's not pointing to it,
Right.
if I recall. So I'm wondering if I can find out whose soul it is.
I see.
So, might need to tell Terran to have it. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing to do.
He's on the council, right?
He is.
Maybe you can just ask him to allow us access to the observatory for the investigation.
That's what I'm hoping. So I'll see him tomorrow, maybe. Alright. Good night.
Good night.
Shoo. I slept in the library. I don't remember where I slept. Whatever.
I guess here.